Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 17th. I forgot the green. It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Not being celebrated and recognized in its normal fashion, as there is nothing normal about the world we live in locally, across the state, or the nation, or world at this time. Nevertheless, we will spend the rest of this show, of course, trying to get you up to date on a host of new and local and other developments. We'll talk to local health officials here in Magoffin County who confirm the ongoing testing, the number of those who live here in Magoffin County who have been tested for the coronavirus, and the status of those test results. Also, on the heels of yesterday's announcement of limiting traffic to county buildings, well, already in 24 hours, that has been changed. We'll have that update for you, and an update on our school feeding program. Our school system feeds about 2,000 kids lunch every day in the schools. Today was their first day of busing those lunches to schools. I'll have an update there, some more information, important information that parents and students need to know about getting those lunches. And I've got just one announcement after the other for the next half hour. And of course, a calendar and an updated weather forecast, which is still full of rain and some storms possibly, and a host of other information. As of just a few moments ago, right before I sat down, our governor, Andy Beshear, was prefacing his evening update with a kids event, if you will, some information to reassure and inform our young people, and had not started his update. I hope to have some information from that for you before I leave you, so we'll postpone that, except to say that his office last night did announce the three newest positive cases of novel coronavirus. That brings Kentucky's, as of last evening, mind you, total number of cases to 25. 7 in Jefferson County, 7 in Fayette County, 7 in Harrison County, 2 in Montgomery County, 1 in Clark, Nelson, and Bourbon counties. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, made an announcement earlier today. While it was full of information in regards to the continued efforts and recommendations that we have been covering, I think, and everyone is getting about to limit ourselves, social distance, not be in groups or areas of people with more than 10 individuals. You know, understand all of that, of course, and the good hygiene questions. His administration says that they are working right now to send checks to Americans soon. They're saying, that being the Treasury Secretary, Stephen Mnuchin, that they hope to have these checks, this money, in the pockets of Americans across the country in as soon as a couple of weeks. He was also announcing in upwards of $1 trillion in spending, or aid, if you will, how he and the administration in the country will be assisting small business owners, employees will be losing their jobs. All of that to be outlined in further details that we are expecting at any other moment. Just a broad statement that that aid will be coming in the near future. And reacting immediately to that was the Dow, picking up nearly 1,000 points after its historic losses yesterday, losing about 3,000 points. We hope to have more information in regards to the president's plan and stimulus in just a few moments, or as soon as that information is available. But it was being touted as an $850 billion package, closer to even $1 trillion, that they hope to have approved by the end of the week. As of this morning, as a nation, there were more than 4,600 confirmed cases of coronavirus in the United States in all but one state, and so far 85 coronavirus-related deaths. I'm going to pause. When we come back, all local announcements and news and everything you need to know, including what we're working on for tomorrow's Independent, in just a second. Need an oil change? Are your brakes shot? Are you ready to turn the wick up on your diesel, or lift up and accessorize your 4x4, or get that dent fixed once and for all? Then call the professionals at Black Smoke Performance for all of your maintenance needs and auto body repair, from insurance collisions to full restoration projects. Black Smoke Performance on May Drive in Dixie of Sagersville, 349-8785.
At work, we do a lot of live shows with crowds. I used to sit up there and not really know who was looking at me. I was finally tired of contacts and glasses, tired of paying for contacts, and I just decided I need to get these eyes fixed. Able Eyes was great. If someone asked me if they should get LASIK, I would absolutely recommend it. At first, like many people, I'm hesitant, but after going to Able Eyes and they walk me through it, I know that it's a quick and painless process, and I recommend going to Able Eyes. They were the best. Right now, you can take advantage of their lowest prices of the year at $1,800 per eye.
Creekside Stitching and Feed is the place to go for all of your custom embroidery needs. Shirts, caps, jackets, and more. And they've got the best prices on value-pack dog food, blue ribbon beef mix, kickin' chicken, and shell and cracked corn. And premium quality gates, hay rings, and bunk feeders, plus metal carports and garages as low as $1,400 installed. For all of your embroidery, feed, and farm supplies, Creekside Stitching and Feed. 1 mile up Bear Branch off of Route 30. Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. First, a correction, getting a bit ahead of myself. Thursday's edition of the Saggersville Independent is what we're currently working on. Tomorrow's edition of the Big Sandy News is going out to press as of this hour, and we're working on the Big Sandy news to be followed by, of course, the weekly edition of the Saggersville Independent. We have been reaching out and trying to gather as much information, contact information, something you can clip and post on your wall. We're talking about pages of information, phone numbers, what to do if you need to know about the summer feeding program, county offices that are closed, and a host of other very important information that we have been compiling. A lot of local sponsors, advertisers, also using the Saggersville Independent and YourNewsToday as well to get messages out about their changes in operation. A lot of important information will be in this week's paper and for the next who knows how many weeks, so we encourage everyone to get one as soon as possible. Saggersville National Bank says that as of today, they are operating under normal conditions. The lobby and drive-thru are open at the main and branch offices. That could change, however. They are monitoring, as is everyone else's situation in the pandemic, from day to day, hour by hour. They do encourage their customers to utilize their digital services, online banking when possible, and, of course, protect you and their employees, of course, as well, from sickness. They offer free internet banking, telephone banking, and remote deposit capture banking to all customers. And they have, of course, their walk-up ATM, which is just down the street right next to the bank and between they and our offices here on East Maple. And I ask everyone to keep vigilant, keep the fight going as we try to keep everyone safe and healthy. Of course, Saggersville's famous recipe, of course, following the state mandate, and they are closing, as they did last evening, at 5, their dining room until the ban is lifted. The drive-thru at Lee's, as I understand, all other drive-thrus in Saggersville will be open to the public, and you are being encouraged at Lee's to call your orders in if you so desire. That would help you and the restaurant. You can also call your order in and prepay at your Saggersville Lee's, so they'll have it ready upon your arrival and brought to your car. At this time, Lee's is still operating on their regular menu. Their daily specials remain the same, and you can watch for some occasional, as they're going to up those and increase those family specials to help everyone out during these times. They're dedicated to making your visit as smooth and as quick and as pleasant as possible. And right now they're running a family special. I didn't get time to get the commercial on and together today. A 16-piece family pack, 2 pints of mashed potatoes and gravy, and a pint of coleslaw, and 8 biscuits. $5 off, and $5 also a 20-piece family pack as well. From our McGoffin County Senior Citizens Director, Marlene Howard, the center, of course, now closed to all activities until further notice. If you are a regular Senior Citizen Center person, they can provide you with a meal. Meals on Wheels still operating, but if you came in to eat, you can call the center the day before you want the meal so they know how much to cook, and then you can pull into the parking lot by the cabins. They'll come to the kitchen window across from the stage, and you can get your meal. And it's that simple. Transportation will be provided for in emergency cases only. Call seniors if you need a meal or want one. It's at the driver's discretion as to whether the case is an emergency. They'll decide that, but with your help and input. Commodities had to be canceled. They simply could not figure out a logistical way to get them out to everyone at this time under the current restrictions and regulations. Also, an announcement regarding commodities on our community calendar from another entity in just a few moments. Real quickly, a couple of brief headlines. Food City setting new store hours from 7 to 10 daily. They and I think the Dollar General are 2 chains that are setting their first hour of business for seniors, asking everyone else to let our seniors come in for that first opening hour, get their shopping done before everyone else proceeds. Of course, a lot of organizations, Walmart changing their 24-hour stores from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Food City's new hours are 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Keeneland's spring meet was closed. The Kentucky Derby, for only the second time in history, not being held on the first Saturday in May. The first time, World War II. The Derby has now been set for September the 4th. The University of Kentucky, as was expected, has now extended, not just going to online classes for the 2 weeks after spring break, for the rest of the semester. I expect other colleges, including Morehead State University and others, to follow that suit or path as well. And Hillbilly Days, the latest major event in Kentucky to be canceled. It's a possibility they'll have it later in the fall. That just remains a possibility at this hour. When we come back, confirmation of the number of tests and the result of those tests here in McGoffin County, done for the coronavirus. A host of other important news and information, local interviews and updates start next. Please stay tuned. Has spring ever arrived at the seasonal shop? If you're tired of those gray, rainy days, you need to come in because the shop is filled wall to wall with spring arrivals. The new Charlie Page spring line is filled with beautiful colors, prints, and styles for everyone. They've got accessories for every occasion, new jewelry, bags, and shoes. And spring is the perfect time for some redecorating or adding a few new accessories to your home. And their home decor is some of the most beautiful they've ever had. Farmhouse, traditional, equestrian, rustic, they have it all. So come into the shop and let them help you add to your home. And remember, they also offer wedding and baby registry and free local delivery at the seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. If your spring projects include gravel, rock, sand, or drainage pipe, your dollar will go farther at Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply here in Salyersville. It's always in stock and ready for pickup and delivery. And now there's 2 locations for all of your feed and farm needs. Tomahawk has the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on all pet and livestock feed, gates, fencing, and everything your farm needs. In Salyersville off 114 at Red Light number 4, and in West Liberty on Liberty Road behind the Ford store. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply. With decades of experience and happy customers all over Kentucky, All Pro Gutter Works and Construction is now proud to offer long-term and 0% financing on their home improvements and home construction. That's new windows and floors, new bathrooms and kitchens, new roofs, siding, decks and porches, new turnkey homes and offices, and of course, continuous guttering in 21 colors. Locally, family-owned and operated, and waiting on your next project and phone call. All Pro Gutter Works. At Salyersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Salyersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Salyersville National. We'll begin with the county government building, the courthouse, the Justice Center, a federal building. We're expecting at any time an announcement of closure for that entire building. That has not come as of this hour. However, we do have information in regards to the courthouse. This, of course, a follow-up. Last evening, we had McGoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman talking about limited access. Tonight, the building has been closed. This after the PVA's office, which is the only state-run office in the courthouse, was notified by the state to close, with McGoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman closing the rest of the county courthouse, expecting the governor to make that official announcement for all county courthouses at any time. The building is closed. The offices inside remain open.
What happened yesterday during the governor's briefing yesterday afternoon, he advised that he was going to be closing down all public access to all state buildings and services. We had just instituted our plan starting today to have in-person limited to 1. It seemed to go well today. We had a pretty good traffic coming in and out of the courthouse because people, I guess, are assuming that this was going to happen. But following the guidance of not only our governor but the president to limit in-person customer service, we're going to be closing all McGoffin County buildings to public access. There will be a listing on social media that has all the elected offices' phone numbers. You're encouraged to call them if you have any type of county business you need or questions you have. We can email, any different means of digital, in-person contact is how we'll be doing business. There will be some limitations. You need to call if it's the county clerk or the PVA or the sheriff about how to conduct business with them. But if you call those offices, there will be some limited circumstances where we can maybe facilitate and help whatever your needs are.
So those offices are going to remain open?
The staff will still be, the officers will still be staffed. They will be there to answer questions and do as many things as they can online. You're encouraged for your tax bills to go ahead and mail those in to the sheriff or whoever. Talk to the clerk. She has different means for being able to do the taxes that they do in their office online or via the mail.
Next, McGoffin County School Superintendent Scott Helton. The school system feeds about 2,000 kids throughout the entire school district every day that classes are in. So that's what they are tasked with, feeding those same kids at their homes. Buses started running today, and it went very well for the first day, I have to say, and I believe as Mr. Helton would agree. I talked with him about that and the possibility of school being out for much longer than just these 2 weeks.
We were trying to get it out to as many people as possible, so we set up a plan. We started on this on Friday, and today we started actually doing deliveries to the homes. Yesterday was a pickup day because we had to do some more organizing with drivers and cooks and things of that nature. But today we were able to take out roughly about 1,800 to 1,900 meals were delivered to kids. The way the process works is we've got roughly 20, 21 buses are running 2 routes a piece, and stopping at the homes, kind of giving them a few minutes, and that's what I want the parents to understand. If you're not aware of what time the bus is coming, it's going to be anywhere from 10:30 to around 1:30, something like that we're running buses. So if you don't have a meal delivered to you by those times, call the school. The number with the kitchen's been put out on Facebook, or you can look it up, and tell us where you're at, and we'll get you a meal. We've got some people, and I want to thank them. We had some community people running some meals for us, like the sheriff's department had a volunteer. We had one of the city council members hauling meals to meet the buses when they'd run out of meals and handing them out. And then we actually had some volunteer fire department over at Middle Fork take some meals to some people for us, and it's working out really well. There's going to be glitches when you're taking that many meals out, but we were able to get a lot more meals out in the hands of students today than what we can on a regular summer feeding program, because we don't have the access to that many drivers and things. On those types of days, summer feeding, we deliver to spots, and this today and from here out the next 10 days, it'll be out to their stops.
And Helton wanted to stress that per federal guidelines, with federal money reimbursing, thus funding the feeding program as it always does, they are being made to follow some very specific and certain guidelines when distributing lunches to our kids.
We can't just give the meals out to adults. This is a federal program that's geared to feeding the children. And I understand there's people hurting here and that needs meals, and I don't mean to offend anybody, and I don't want the drivers to offend anybody, but we have been directed to students only. And that doesn't say that if a parent walks out and the kid's standing there, we won't let the parent take the meal to the kid. But if you just come up, you don't have any money in school or anything like that, and we don't see a kid, we can't give you a meal.
Now, there's a lot of talk, a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor as well. We don't refer to that much, but nevertheless, about a lot of things right now, certainly as well. With one question that I posed to Helton being the possibility of school being called off for much longer than just this 2 weeks, maybe even the rest of the year, which looks like a possibility. Some might even say a likelihood.
We're getting a lot of things coming out of across the emails from Frankfurt as far as legislation that's possibly going to be passed. There's some amendments to some bills that are coming out that's proposing extended the NTI days beyond these 10 to 30 days. And that's not become official yet. But they're looking at a lot of options. We've not been given anything as far as a definitive when this closure will stop or if it stops for this school year. We just know that we've got to continue to plan, and we've been told to make provisions and try to feed the children the best way we can. We're trying to get packets out. That's another thing. Parents, if your child doesn't have access to electronic access, we have hard copies. We sent those out on the buses today, and some of the parents didn't come out and get them, and they're at the school. You can call school and come by, and they'll hand them out to you, and we'll try to do that the best we can. If it goes beyond these 10 days, we will come back and do a one call, and I'll let you know, and we'll do more additional lessons. If it's NTI days, we'll do more additional lessons and try to keep the students up to par and prepared as best we can.
And with that said, a reminder, the phone numbers to each of the schools in McGoffin County, to the kitchens, to get more details or make sure that your child gets a meal throughout the feeding program as it's ongoing. The Harold Whitaker Middle School, 349-0812. Sayersville Grade School, 349-8283. North McGoffin Elementary, 349-8290. South McGoffin, 884-0512. And the McGoffin County High School, 349-8273. Remember, buses will be arriving anywhere from 10:30 all the way to 1:30 or 2 on all bus routes in McGoffin County. So keep your eyes open for them and be patient with our bus drivers and cooks, as they're going to be delivering approximately 2,000 meals to McGoffin County students for the next few and possibly several weeks. Helton asked me to remind everyone that if your family has a need other than the feeding program, to please contact your school's Family Resource Youth Service Center. They very well may be able to and often can help. Now it's on to the McGoffin County Health Department. Felicia Eastep, the public health registered nurse at the McGoffin County Health Department, confirms to me today not only local testing locations for the coronavirus here in Sayersville and McGoffin County that are ongoing, but that there have been and are currently 6 tests pending local health care providers that have been taken, those tests being taken here in McGoffin County and sent to labs for testing.
We have several local providers that are testing for coronavirus. Frontier Medical Center, Hope Family Medical Center, and Dr. Gainey's office, they all are equipped to do testing for COVID-19. You do need to call those providers before showing up at their office. We highly recommend that. We don't want to tax their people that's working there. We want them to be prepared with proper PPE. We don't want to contaminate their lobby or any other part of their facility. So we want, to make for sure that they're aware that you're coming there. Call and let them know your symptoms, their tests are not just being freely given. You do have to meet a certain criteria for those. You do have to have symptoms of COVID-19, which are fever, cough, shortness of breath, or any kind of respiratory illness. You do have to, possibly have an exposure or travel or been to a highly affected area. So we encourage you just to give that information to your provider so that you can be properly put into where you need to be and tested.
ESTEP also confirmed to me that several local people did meet the criteria to be tested, were tested, and that those test results are pending.
The county has tested so far 6. We have 6 tests that are out there waiting on results. We have determined that commercial labs seems to be a little bit slower than getting those results back than the state lab is. The state lab and U of L lab is what the governor will report on every evening. These labs seem to be taking about 3 to 5 days, so we don't have any kind of results or anything like that to report. It is a reportable disease, so if it is positive, it does get reported to the health department. We will, of course, take that report to the community. If it's a negative result, no news is good news. We don't report those out. It's no use in reporting a negative result, there's nothing. We just need to continue to enforce what the governor and what CDC is pushing down, limit our gatherings, wash our hands for, greater than 20 seconds, just all those good hygiene, just practice good hygiene, and just keep doing that, enforcing those rules, and we'll get through it.
ESTEP says the health department is going to continue operating at normal hours as of right now. Look at limiting their needle exchange program to 2 days a week. And in regards to restaurants, which have been closed, of course, for the dining areas, most all operating on a drive-through and carry-out basis, you can go into a restaurant and pick up your food. That is allowed and permitted. That is also something that is being set by some local restaurants. Some restaurants, according to the health department, are opting not to allow customers inside in any form or fashion. Some are. That is, of course, decided on a restaurant-by-restaurant basis, but everyone operating under the correct and current guidelines as has been set by the Kentucky Department of Public Health. When I come back, your weather forecast followed by your calendar and some other news. I'll be right back.
No other carrier provides service and signal to the mountains like the mountain's very own Appalachian Wireless. Now providing service to Knox, Bell, and Whitley counties with retail locations in Middlesboro, Pineville, and Barberville. Appalachian Wireless offers a dependable network, exceptional customer service with a service that goes wherever you travel nationwide. We are local people serving local people, bringing today's best technology on the latest devices. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration with professional, licensed, and certified commercial and residential service technicians that can maintain and repair all manufacturers with new and old installation and financing available. Serving Magoffin, Morgan, Lawrence, Martin, Johnson, Floyd, and Breathitt counties. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, 349-1058 or 225-6779.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
At this moment, I'm still awaiting some information in regards to the governor's later than normal update, and we'll more than likely have that for you first thing tomorrow. For now, an updated community calendar, an important announcement in regards to one of our commodity distributions in Magoffin County, and of course, I've still got a forecast for you that's still looking wet and stormy 4 days. And birthdays are always important announcements as they start off our community calendar almost nightly. This one goes out to Stephanie, and that's a happy birthday, Stephanie. Caudle, Gable, love mom and love dad, love husband and the kids, love the family, love the friends. Happy birthday, Stephanie. Happy birthday to you. I just got this in from our friends over at the Water into Wine Food Pantry, the Lakefront Church of God. Due to, of course, the unforeseen circumstances, the food pantry will be closed tomorrow, March the 18th. So they wanted to make sure everyone was well aware. The food pantry closed tomorrow, Wednesday the 18th. The Senior Commodity Day is this Thursday. It is still ongoing at normal operation hours. However, they say, please do not form a line at the door. Stay in your vehicle, seniors. A volunteer is going to gladly assist you in forming a line in the parking lot if necessary, in your vehicles, that is. And if you are on the commodity list, a box will be brought out to you while you sit in your car or whatever you're driving. So keep that in mind. Water into Wine closed tomorrow. Seniors show up Thursday, stay in your vehicle, and they'll be glad to take care of you as they usually do, just in a different fashion. If you've got an important announcement, I mean, our calendar's been here for 21 years for you, but now is one of those times, perhaps more than ever, when it's needed, and you need something out there for everyone in the public to know, call me, tell me, fax it, drop it off, whatever it takes, get it to us, and we'll tell everyone about it. One funeral service announcement for this evening, a reminder that a service for Rosalie Salyer Minix, 85, of Dansville, Michigan, is going to be held this week. She passed away on the 12th, formerly of McGoffin County, married to Luther Minix, who preceded her in death. Rosalie is survived by her son, Dean Minix, and daughters Karen Sheathlam, Sharon Graham, and Brenda Kinger. Graveside services will be this Saturday, the 21st, at 1 o'clock at the Minix Family Cemetery at 4 Acre. There will be a visitation 1 hour before those graveside services, with the McGoffin County Funeral Home in charge of arrangements. Now, real quickly, and I know the show began late, and it's running over, and I apologize, and I wish I could say there's not going to be a pattern, and I'll do my best, but the governor's announcement just came a few moments ago, and just a couple of very brief and very important announcements. So far, we now have another case of COVID-19, this from Lyon County. It brings the total number to 27. He considers the state and has placed it at a level 3 state of emergency. Therefore, by executive order, the governor says by tomorrow, 5 o'clock, all public-facing businesses where people gather must shut down. That's all entertainment, gyms, hair salons, nail salons, spas, theaters, and the like, as I understand, have been ordered closed by tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. Exemptions being retail, home repair, pharmacies, post office, and health care. All the others ordered closed by 5 o'clock tomorrow, Wednesday the 18th. And adult daycare centers also being ordered closed by March the 20th in his most recent update to the Commonwealth a few moments ago. Weather-wise, real quickly, like we need another couple of inches of rain. That's what we've got the possibility thereof. We've got some heavy rain, some strong winds to deal with, certainly Wednesday, tomorrow, and into your Thursday. And we've got some colder, cooler air via a cold front that's going to come and collide with all of that warm air and moisture before the week's out. With none of that wet stuff or stormy weather in store tonight for the rest of your Tuesday, a low of 41, mostly cloudy skies, and a calm wind, and enjoy that. That's as good as it gets for a while. Condition-wise, not temperature-wise, but, the nice temperatures are not a good thing when you have a cold front approaching, and they collide. Tomorrow we'll hit around 72, winds out of the south-southwest, 5 to 6 to 7 or so on average, gusts upwards of 23 miles per hour. A dry night followed by a 30% chance of showers. Now this mainly after 5 o'clock tomorrow, with a likelihood of showers and possibly thunderstorms later on tomorrow night. And those winds still coming out of the southwest, upwards of 23 miles per hour. Maybe a half of an inch of rain tomorrow night. Showers likely, mostly cloudy skies, mid-70s on your Thursday. Winds still out of the southwest, maybe gusting up to 20 sometimes. Another quarter of an inch during the day on Thursday as they slack off, showers that is. But then they'll continue on into your Thursday night with showers up through 11 o'clock for the bulk of them. Winds still out of the southwest up to 20 to 22 miles per hour. And Friday, still showers and possibly thunderstorms in the afternoon. I mean, we're talking about a 90 to 100% chance of showers and storms Friday afternoon. That's not really a chance, but a likelihood. Mainly after 3 when we see the bulk of that. Temperatures will ebb back down to about 69 from the 70s on your Friday. And Friday night around 36, still a 40% chance of showers into the end of your Friday. Technically, there's a 10% chance of showers on your Saturday morning, but I didn't even put it on your screen to see what the cold front does there. 47, clearing, but 47 and partly sunny on your Saturday, mostly sunny in the low 50s on your Sunday. And Sunday night, that's when the next round sets in, mostly cloudy skies late that night, a low of 38. 40% chance of showers Sunday night. Monday, more of the same. A little sunshine and a little chance of some showers. 57 on your Monday, 60 on your Tuesday, and more shower chances. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you all for being a part of the show. We're going to continue to do the very best in keeping you completely up to date with all the latest news and developments and changes in regards to this pandemic. And, of course, that also includes a lot of information we're compiling for this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. So please stay tuned, stay up to date, and we'll keep you posted and see you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.